Adding and subtracting fractions is probably one of the most challenging topics for kids, but if you follow a couple of simple steps, you shouldn't have a problem. Um, and here's how it really works. Let's say you had 3/5 plus 1/5. Well, all that really means is add 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to assume that these are all even. Oops. And that these are the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 3/5. And here's 1/5. And so really, altogether, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4/5. You just add the numerators and keep the denominator the same. And the reason why is if you had 3 monkeys plus 1 monkey, you really have 4 monkeys. Well, instead of having monkeys, we have fifths. So as long as the denominator is the same, you're in good shape. If you have negative numbers, let's say you have -2/7 plus a -3/7, well, here, I'm going to keep my denominator the same, and now I have a -2 plus a -3. You apply the laws of adding and subtracting integers. I have a -2 and I have a -3. That's like saying if I lost $2 and I lost $3, really lost $5. Well, instead of saying dollars, I'm saying sevens. So I had -2/7 and I lost 3/7, so I really lost 5/7. That's all there is to that. Um, but now, what happens if you don't have a common denominator? And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put in a whole new. I'm gonna put in a whole new sheet here. So without a common denominator, what you need to do is you need to get a common denominator. So let's say I had 1/4 minus 3/8. All right. Well, 1/4 looks like this, and 3/8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so imagine you have a pizza, and this one slice is pepperoni, and the rest are cheese, and then somebody else makes pizza, and they have 3 slices of pepperoni out of 8 slices. Well, you're kind of stuck right now because they're not really the same pies. But if I cut this one in half, now my 1/4 becomes 2/8 because I now have 8 slices, but my one big slice got cut in two. So now I have 2/8 minus 3/8. Well, now they're a common denominator, so it's really 2 minus 3/8. You're left with -1/8. I can't, I have 2/8 and I'm trying to take away 3/8. I can't do that, so, but that's fine. So you get -1/8. Now I'm assuming you don't want to draw pictures all the time, so here's what you need to do. You need to get a common denominator. And I'm going to just, so I'm going to recognize that I can make a 4 into an 8 by doubling everything. And like I said, 1/4 is the same as 2/8. And you just combine them. If it's a little bit different, let's say you have 3/5 plus 2/6. Well, now I'm gonna have to try to make what do 5 and 6 both go into? They both go into the number 30. So I need to multiply this by a 6/6 and this by a 5/5. And when I do that, I get 6 times 3 is 18 over 30 plus 2 times 5 is 10, 6 times 5 is 30. I get 48 over 30. 30 goes into 48 once with a remainder of 18. And then I acknowledge that 6 goes into both of these. So I'm going to say 6 goes into 18. I'm going to divide this by 6. I'm going to divide this by 6. And I get 3/5. I'm going to do one last example. What if I had 1 2/3 minus 2 1/4? Well, I have to convert these first. So I'm going to say 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 5, so I get 5/3. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and I get 9/4. And it's going to be 12, so I'm going to multiply this by 4 over 4, and this by 3 over 3. I get 20 over 12 minus 27 over 12, which gives me 20 minus 27 is a negative 7 over 12. Actually, I do need to do one last example because I want to show you something. And I can probably do that here. If you have something like 1/10 minus, let's say 2/25, what we've been doing is we've been multiplying this side by 25 over 25, and this side by 10 over 10, and that certainly works, but that's not really efficient. Oops. So I'm going to do something a little bit more efficient. I can say, I recognize that 50 goes into both of these, so this one I'm going to multiply by 5 over 5, and this one by 2 over 2. I get 5 over 50 minus 4 over 50, which equals 1 over 50. And that's it. My point is, you don't always have to multiply by the other denominator, and that should look like a 4, not a 9. There we go. Hope you enjoyed.